I'm getting ready to walk into a closing, and at this particular closing, my client is the seller. And you know, at most closings, there's not very much for the seller to do. If the buyer is buying the house with a mortgage, which is true more often than not, most of the documents being signed are the buyer signing mortgage-related documents. But the seller does have a few things that they need to sign. They're going to have a state disclosure statement that goes to the state of Indiana attesting to the price paid for the house. That helps the state to set property tax levels. Obviously, there are going to be some documents related to transferring the deed over to the buyer. And then, you know, there was a document that the seller filled out when they first listed the house, mandated by the state of Indiana. It's called the seller's disclosure statement, in which the seller attests to the condition of the house at the time that they put it on the market. The buyer signs that when they submit their purchase agreement saying that they saw it. Well, when we get to the closing, the seller re-signs that disclosure statement, essentially attesting that the house is in the same or better condition it was when the buyer first looked at it. And other than that, the seller is handing over keys to the house and garage door openers and letting the buyer know what day the trash is picked up and how to get into the neighborhood pool and things of that nature. And then otherwise, the seller walks away with a check for whatever proceeds they have left after they've settled all of their encumbrances with the house, or maybe there's a wire transfer floating through the air to their bank, and everybody walks away from a closing happy.